Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to thank you for being here and also talk about self-reflections, Ozzy Osbourne, and how that relates to me as a person. I think that Ozzy, I want to keep in mind before I get started actually that the family itself, I believe they need their own privacy and it doesn't deserve to be disrespected at all whatsoever. These people have the right to have their own peace while they're dealing with whatever they're dealing with in mourning. Just like you would too. People deserve a chance at peace and to have that individualistic idea about who they are and that freedom. So I think that's good for them. I'm thankful many people joined Ozzy as well, and they sent a lot of energy back to Ozzy, which comes back to how powerful Ozzy was with the creative aspects that they've been doing and putting out there in the universe. We have Bark at the Moon. We have all these other pieces of art that Ozzy Osbourne has made, and Black Sabbath. Like Ozzy Osbourne is it's a whole good thing. Like they did what they needed to do, and it eventually sent back to them too. I'm thankful that many people joined together, even with young blood, asked people to give thanks to Ozzy Osbourne, and eventually the people did it. He deserves the peace that he's been giving out to people. Also, one of the main things that I learned about Ozzy, there was an article I came across online, and it said Ozzy said this, and I'm hoping that it's true. I don't believe everything online anymore because I'm starting to think a lot of it's just fake and everything's like automated shit that I don't really agree with too much. Ozzy said that whether you're in a dark place or a good or a light place, be your best person. Like pat yourself on the back, because that's what's going to keep you going and moving through all the times. Because necessarily, like, we think a hard time. This is an add-on, by the way, of what I believe of what I'm mirroring with the Ozzy thing is that you're giving yourself a pat on the back, and dark places maybe aren't even all that dark. That's what I'm trying to get at. So he helped other people. If they think they're in a dark place, they got out of it for sure. A lot of people did. That's the type of person that Ozzy was, I think. And I think it's good to give people peace of mind too, and have an individualistic idea about who they are. So when I say that, you may or not believe about an experience about someone else, but like just allow them to live their life. Like we work for companies that are just keeping us miserable and just disrespecting ourselves. So I'm not doing that right now. I'm actually I'm doing what I want to do at this very moment, and that's what I should be doing. So Ozzy was everything he sent back out to others. It's extremely important because when we went around, it's extremely important because what he was sending out comes back, and if you're doing if you're working at the highest ability that you can, it's gonna eventually, you're gonna be there, and it will come back. It was potentially an energy just calling for him, and he did it. He's just so good that way, and I like that about him. Opening up and being creative with the masterpieces he has was really good. All the albums, I believe he made a major impact on people's lives, whether they think they were having a bad time or a good time. I believe that they eventually would have a good time. A lot of people. I do think, however, that good people do good things, and to them, and sometimes things just happen. So good people have good things happen to them, and sometimes things just like happen, like Parkinson's or whatever ailment that he had, and then he was able to push through it because that's the type of person that he was. He pushed through that. He pushed through, like, he had back surgeries. He couldn't do it all the time, but he did. And it was up to him to decide in the end, like, what he did with that. And if it was time to let go or not. I don't believe that bad things are happening to good people, especially on purpose, at all. I don't believe that. However, there's a psychological factor when I'm putting this into play because, the psychological factor is that if you're trying to cross your own boundaries, or you're doing something that maybe you're trying to figure out that you just shouldn't have done in the first place, just don't do it. Like, it's just better. This is what I'm learning, is that I believe that I'm meant to be out for better things than what I set myself out to be. I think that's what we have to say to ourselves. You caused what you did to yourself, and you thought maybe potentially it was right, but like people pleasing or whatever it was, right? You just can't do that forever. And people pleasing can even be yourself too. Like, you're overindulging and like you're eating fried food all the time. I like going fast though, personally. Like, I could eat a bag of fries nearly every single day. But what you always need to remember is to find whatever's triggering you and maybe take things less personal and grow from it, because good things, they're happening to good people for good reasons. And what may seem bad may actually be good. These are just lessons that we're learning in life. And as an individual, the music that Ozzy made, whether you're listening to heavy metal, alternative metal, or even indie music, it might even be something that you can reflect on in a different light and see something to learn from yourself. When these issues come up, you might be able to face them and foster yourself a healthier place in life so that you can do the best for yourself and do less harm for others. And doing less harm for others is literally, I find, just doing less harm for yourself. Good, right? Good people? So good things happen to good people. So instead of being upset and blaming others for constantly complaining, I loathe complaining because I know it's something that can be stopped. I know it can. And even for me too, like, I've entered this place where I want to reject that I'm extremely disappointed at everything that I've ever done and people around me and situations I've been in. I do, like, want to reject that. That is more of an understanding and self-reflection than a structured, like, I'm angry at it. Like, it just, like, why do we always work for companies that suck, treat us like crap? Why did I hear so much of it that now it, like, affected me? You know what I mean? And I stayed in those positions. You don't need to do that. Like, get out. I'm telling you to escape right now. Do it. I've made different choices in life, and not to dwell on all of them, I've made pieces of artwork that I haven't sold. Okay, I have a lot of stuff. I wish I could sell it. I just don't know how to do anything like that. The only thing I know how to do is just talk to people, but I feel like that was sort of robbed from me through working in the corp. It's not robbed from me. I've just worked in the corporate industry so long again. In layman's term, it's pissed me off, and I'm mad at myself for even doing it. I don't like the corporate world. I'm not about it. I'm not supposed to be in it. So I loathe complaining because of that, and the F word is huge to me at this point. The person you want to be and to make the difference personally, I love poetry, and making poems is a lonely road without molds. I think that goes to say that what you're molding is definitely some type of creative act, and we're just all attending the show with different faces, and we're not, that doesn't mean that we aren't who we are, because we're an individual. But I just want to thank everyone for being here today, and I believe the Ozzy they've done a lot of good stuff. So thank you all for being here. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.